This is serious. A plan is being made to hurt your sister. Open now. My beloved child, listen with every beat of your heart, because this is not a story and this is not drama for clicks. Something dark is moving quietly around the edges of your life, and it points straight at the person you love most. Read every line, act without delay, and protect her first. When the air feels ordinary is when danger hides best, slipping past small alarms and polite smiles. Someone has started arranging things that should not be arranged, talking in hushes, checking times, or watching when doors close. You must treat those small oddities as the first flares of an emergency and move like the whole house depends on it. First step now, get your sister somewhere safe and unmistakable, as if you were carrying the most fragile treasure on earth. Bring her to a trusted friend's home, a close relative, or any public place with people and cameras where she can stay for the night. Do not let her go back alone, and do not make the mistake of underestimating the enemy because they smile well. Call your local emergency number immediately and tell them the truth plainly. Someone is planning to hurt your sister and you need urgent protection. If you are in a place where police response can be slow, ask them for immediate guidance and insist on a welfare check or patrol near the location. Document the call time and the name of the person you spoke with for later reference. Tell 2 trusted people right now, names who will drop everything and come, 2 people who will not argue or delay. Give them a simple instruction: come now and bring car keys, photo ID, and their phones charged. Solidarity is a shield when fear tries to become a plan. Do not confront anyone alone, even if your anger screams for it, because confrontation can turn a plan into action faster than you expect. Avoid dramatic accusations in front of others, move quietly, move efficiently, and focus on removing your sister from reach. If someone seems suspicious at the house, do not go inside to argue, let professionals handle entry and searches. Collect simple evidence without risking anyone's life, save messages, take screenshots, note dates and times, and record any names mentioned in passing. If you can safely record suspicious behavior from a distance, do so, but never put yourself or your sister into the same space as the person who may harm you. Store copies of everything in the cloud and send them to a trusted contact so the evidence cannot disappear. Tell your sister to change routines for the next few days as if she were starting a new life for a week. Different routes, different times, different phones if possible, and new habits that confuse anyone who has been tracking her. A moving target is much harder to hit than a predictable one. If she has social media, set everything to private, pause posts, and remove any check-ins or future location tags. Ask close friends to avoid posting her photos or plans publicly until this passes. If strangers message her, block and report them immediately. Prepare an emergency bag in 5 minutes: chargers, IDs, medicines, a change of clothes, cash, and any crucial document she might need. Keep it by the door or in a trusted friend's car where you can grab it without thinking twice. The smallest preparedness can become the biggest lifesaver. If you can, record the license plates of cars that loiter in your street and the descriptions of people who seem out of place. Share those details with the police as they build a safety picture, and with your trusted circle so they know what to watch for. Eyes that notice become a net that catches what wants to slip by. Do not post accusations on public channels or call out names on social media, because that can escalate danger and give the planner the reaction they want. Keep the circle tight and the communication secure until professionals advise otherwise. Silence and strategy can save more than loud exposure when lives are at stake. If your sister must return home temporarily for belongings, make sure the police are aware and can escort you, or bring 2 trusted people and park cars so escape routes remain open. Never go alone for pickups that could be traps. Always assume the planner has prepared distractions. Quick, coordinated movement keeps you ahead of any setup. Reach out to organizations and hotlines that specialize in protection and crisis intervention in your area. They can provide legal advice, connect you to shelters, and help you build a case that keeps her safe long-term. Professional networks exist exactly for moments like this, and they should be used without shame. If there are children or elders in the house, get them away first and keep them with you until safety is confirmed. Vulnerability multiplies risk, and protecting the most vulnerable is the urgent priority. Move them silently and lovingly, as if carrying a secret no one else must know. Tell your sister to keep her phone on, but on silent or vibrate, and hidden in a place she can reach when she needs. Set an agreed phrase or alert with your trusted contacts that means, "Bring help now," without tipping off others. A small code can trigger big responses without words that stir the planner's suspicion. If you feel overwhelmed by fear, breathe and act anyway. Fear is a reaction, not a plan. Turn fear into movement and movement into protection for your sister. Every small safe step is a chain that holds back what is trying to break through. Keep a log of every odd message, call, or face you notice, and copy that log to at least 2 other people so it cannot be erased. Names, times, cars, and short notes matter more than you think when professionals begin to piece this together. Structure helps when chaos tries to swallow the night. Trust your instincts even when others say it is nothing, because instincts are often the first alarm before evidence arrives. If you feel unsafe around someone who used to be trusted, treat that feeling as a red flag and act accordingly. Courage is quiet when lives are on the line. If anyone in your circle tries to downplay or defend the suspicious person, pause them gently and move forward with the plan to protect your sister anyway. Do not allow the comfort of denial to buy a price you cannot pay later. Protection is a responsibility you carry for those who cannot fend off the dark alone. Talk to the police about temporary restraining orders or emergency protective orders if the threat appears credible and specific. Legal measures sometimes slow a planner down and show that the family is organized and not an easy target. Keep copies of any orders and share them with neighbors and friends who can help enforce boundaries. Make sure your sister knows safe words and safe places in the neighborhood, houses where she can run and know people will answer the door without asking questions. Neighbors who know and care form the first line of defense when immediate shelter is needed. Community matters more than you realize when danger comes close. If you can, change locks and improve lighting at home. Small physical changes make a large psychological difference to anyone watching. Motion lights, cameras facing entrances, and a well-lit front make surprises harder to hide and give you more time to react. A defended home is less likely to be targeted. Keep a small list of emergency numbers in written form as backup in case phones die, police, a trusted friend, a lawyer, and a nearby hospital. Technology is useful, but a paper list is reliable when batteries fail. Always have 2 ways to call for help. Above all, hold your sister and tell her she is not alone in this fight, because presence is the greatest comfort against terror. Make the promise to her that you will not leave and that you will do everything in your power to keep her safe, then turn that promise into action. Love is a plan when it is paired with movement and clear steps. This message is not meant to scare you into paralysis but to arm you with urgency and clarity so you can act now. Do the quiet, practical things first: move her, call help, document, and put the net of trusted people around her until danger passes. Every moment you wait without action is a moment the planner uses to prepare further. If the situation escalates or you see immediate violence, call emergency services and seek cover. Do not film violence as a priority over safety. Lives matter more than footage, and professionals are trained to intervene. Your first job is to survive and keep your sister alive. I am with you in spirit and in resolve, but the real strength will be in your feet, your phone, and the people you call now. Act with love, act with speed, and act with the discipline of someone who refuses to let harm reach the one they cherish most. Protect her with everything you have. My beloved child, move like the calm before the storm and plan like the storm will not wait, because time now is a weapon you must wield with care. Keep your sister close to the people who have already proven they would run through fire for her, the ones whose faces do not go pale when the night gets loud. Make a list of 3 immediate safe addresses where she can go at any hour and memorize the fastest route to each one. Pack what matters and leave everything else behind, as if you are borrowing the day for safety alone, not abandoning life forever. Include important papers, a spare phone if possible, cash, and any medicine, and keep that bag within arm's reach. Place a duplicate of the bag with a trusted friend so one can always be retrieved if the other cannot be reached. Set up a simple alarm plan that does not rely on internet alone, with 2 people who will physically come if a coded phrase is spoken. Agree on short, non-suspicious phrases that mean, "get here now," and nothing else in public, and practice them until they are automatic. When practiced, reactions become reflexes and reflexes keep you alive. Record everything that feels off and label it with the exact time and place without editing the content into a story. Screenshots, saved voice messages, and short written notes are the scaffolding professionals need to build protection for you. Store copies outside the house and send them to someone you trust so evidence cannot be erased if devices disappear. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Move your sister to a location with cameras and witnesses whenever possible, because light and witnesses dissolve the confidence of those who plot in shadows. Ask neighbors if they can keep an eye out and if they will call you first if they see anything unusual, and offer to return the favor when this is over. Simple community attention turns a lone plan into a risky target. Archangel Michael says the brave do not only stand guard, they prepare paper trails that protect memory and life in equal measure. Apply for emergency protection through local authorities and insist on filing a report even if the response feels slow, because a file is a door that opens other protections. Request patrol visibility near known locations and ask your point of contact for a case number and a report copy. If the threat appears to involve someone with access to your sister's workplace or school, inform administrators discreetly and ask for temporary changes to schedules and access permissions for her safety. Employers and school officials can be powerful allies when they know a risk exists and can adjust rosters, escorts, or entry procedures to protect her. Tell them you need confidentiality and that the priority is to keep her safe without escalating the situation publicly. Consider installing a trusted safety app that sends your location to chosen contacts with one tap, and pair that with a small inexpensive phone that can act as a panic button if her main device is compromised. Keep the app silent but armed so that help can be summoned without alerting anyone watching, and test it once with your chosen responders so everyone understands the response steps. If a phone is not feasible, keep simple paper notes with essential numbers in multiple pockets and bags. If vehicles are involved in suspicious activity, photograph license plates and record the make, model, and distinguishing marks from a safe distance and share that information with law enforcement immediately. If your sister must travel, choose routes with cameras, populated stops, and return options that do not require passing the same stretch twice. A route that changes daily is safer than a route that is memorized by someone watching. Keep all online accounts secured with new passwords and two-factor authentication linked to trusted contacts rather than the potentially compromised device. Log out of shared devices, change passwords for banking and social accounts, and notify banks about potential harassment so transfers and sudden changes can be flagged. Financial safety is part of physical safety because someone who controls movement often tries to control resources next. Reach out to local shelters, victim support centers, and crisis counselors who can give legal, emotional, and logistical advice specific to your region and its laws. They can guide immediate evacuation plans, temporary restraining orders, and emergency custody or guardianship options where necessary. Accept help from professionals who do this work daily because their experience will save you trial and error when every second counts. If a weapon or direct harm is suspected, avoid handling evidence yourself and let professionals collect and process what they need to use in court later. Preserve the scene by keeping people away from areas of concern and photographing what you can from a distance, but do not touch or move potential evidence. The integrity of those items may be essential in preventing further harm. Keep your sister emotionally supported through short, steady conversations that do not dwell on graphic details but do reinforce that action is being taken and she is not alone. Fear shrinks when it is named briefly and then replaced with the next practical step, so move quickly from alarm to action and then back to small comforts. Stay with her, sleep when you can, and rotate watchers so exhaustion does not erode vigilance. If any threats are digital or involve tracking, have a tech-savvy friend or professional check for tracking devices on vehicles and in her personal items, and sweep phones for unknown apps or paired devices. Turn off Bluetooth and location sharing when not in use, and avoid predictable check-ins that someone could intercept. A neutral tech inspection can uncover small things that create large danger. Prepare a short statement for trusted friends and authorities that explains the situation in clear, calm language without accusation, focused on behaviors and facts rather than emotion, and use that statement whenever you need to brief someone quickly. A concise summary saves time and ensures everyone responding knows exactly what to do next without getting lost in details. Practice that short statement until it is ready to be delivered without thinking. My beloved child, keep moving with purpose and do not let fear decide your pace because every deliberate step builds a wall around her life. Find a nearby safe room or public building with cameras and people who can witness any suspicious arrival, and position her there until the threat is neutralized. When many hands work quietly together, the plan that thrives on secrecy loses its power. Arrange for a trusted person to stay with her at all times when she is in a vulnerable place, rotating shifts so exhaustion never opens a window of risk. Make arrival and departure times unpredictable and always use different vehicles or routes to avoid pattern formation. Invisible patterns become visible to those who watch, so break the rhythm deliberately and often. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Have a lawyer or legal advocate on standby and prepare emergency filings now so you can move faster if court orders or legal barriers are needed. A prepared legal file shortens response time and signals to anyone watching that your family is organized and will not be easy to intimidate. Legal readiness protects both immediate safety and long-term peace. Create decoy plans that keep the planner guessing without exposing real movement, such as announcing a fake trip while hiding the true safe address. Use decoys sparingly and only with those absolutely trusted, because false information can confuse allies if not handled carefully. Deception used for protection is a measured tool that can save lives when wielded with discipline. If there are pets to move, take them early because returning for them later can create dangerous delays, and many planners use attachments to lure people back into harm. Bring their food, carrier, and a familiar blanket so animals remain calm during the transition, and inform friends or shelters who can temporarily house them. Animals sense stress and calm faster than people, so keeping them soothed helps everyone remain steady. Set up simple visual signals between your trusted circle that can be used silently in crowds to alert others that help is needed without drawing the planner's attention. Small signals like a scarf tied a certain way or a prearranged hand gesture can trigger immediate responses from those who know what to do. Practice the signals once so everyone reacts automatically and without hesitation. If the danger involves financial control, freeze access to joint accounts immediately and notify banks of suspicious activity so transfers can be halted and accounts monitored. Obtain copies of recent transactions and share them with your legal contact so they can advise on emergency financial protections. Control over money is often a lever used alongside physical harm, and cutting that lever weakens a planner's reach. Keep copies of identification, passports, and critical documents in multiple secure places, including encrypted cloud storage accessible to at least one trusted person. If documents are threatened, having immediate access to certified copies speeds relocation and prevents delays that could become dangerous. Redundancy in documentation is a simple insurance against manipulation. If custody of minors might become contested or relevant, speak with Child Protection Services immediately and ask for guidance on emergency custody and safe placement. Child safety protocols exist to keep children away from immediate danger while legal processes catch up, and activating them early preserves both safety and legal standing. Prioritizing children's security shortens the path to long-term stability. When speaking with strangers or authorities, remain calm and factual, presenting clear observations rather than opinions, and always request a written record of any official interaction. Documentation of every interaction becomes a map that professionals can follow to understand the threat and respond effectively. Calm clarity invites faster, more structured assistance. Consider brief, guarded conversations with neighbors who might be unwittingly helpful, asking them to report anything unusual and to refuse entry to anyone without ID until police verify identity. Neighbors who agree to simple watchfulness form a living perimeter that is both practical and powerful. Community presence often deters plans built on isolation. If your sister's job or school is a locus of risk, request temporary remote work or a change in schedule while the threat is active and insist on confidentiality to prevent leaks. Institutions can change schedules and security access when they understand risk is credible, and those changes buy time and safety. A temporary pause in routine is a permanent gain in security. Keep a short emergency script saved on paper for your sister to use if stopped by the planner or by anyone suspicious, guiding her to a safe phrase or action that triggers outside help. A scripted response protects her from being trapped into long explanations and gives her a quick way to reconnect with the team protecting her. Practice the words until they sound natural and automatic. Ask a trusted tech person to make a clean, temporary backup of her phone and then to scrub any tracking apps, unknown device pairings, or suspicious permissions. If paranoia rises, a professional phone sweep is a discreet and effective check that reveals hidden vulnerabilities and restores a sense of control. A clean device reduces anxiety and risk at the same time. If you suspect surveillance in the home, minimize exposure by moving to places with sunlight, public cameras, or frequent traffic where covert observation is harder to maintain. When a planner cannot be certain they are alone with their target, they lose the confidence to act. Shared visibility is a protective strategy that shifts power back to the people who care. Keep a small fund of emergency cash separate from bank accounts to pay for taxis, shelters, or last-minute needs because quick movement sometimes cannot wait for transfers or approvals. A few thousand rupees or the local equivalent can buy crucial minutes and options when every second counts. Financial flexibility equals tactical flexibility. Make an exit rehearsal with those who will help so everyone knows the plan exactly and moves without confusion, practicing loading the car, gathering the bag, and leaving within a tight time frame. Rehearsals convert good intentions into reliable responses, and reliability is the difference between a plan and a rescue. When muscle memory guides movement, fear has less room to interfere. If the planner uses mutual friends as cover, quietly identify which relationships are safe and which are compromised, and then reassign tasks to only those who remain unquestionably loyal. A smaller trustworthy circle often protects better than a large, uncertain one, and loyalty is measured by consistent action. Choose quality over quantity when building the protective net. Write a short letter to your sister affirming the steps you are taking and the people who are on standby, then read it to her in a quiet moment so she can feel the plan as a living thing rather than an abstract fear. Words of commitment steady the heart and transform panic into partnership, and partnership strengthens every action you take. Saying what you will do cements the plan into reality. Keep this rhythm of action, documentation, and care until professionals declare the immediate danger has passed, and then convert the emergency measures into long-term safety changes that prevent repeat threats. Long-term safety is built from short-term urgency and the lessons learned in crisis, and those changes create a life where fear has less purchase. Do not let this moment fade into silence without securing the future. Hold fast to one another and know that bravery is not the absence of fear but the insistence on moving despite it. You are not alone in this fight, and every prepared step you take increases the circle of protection around the one you love. Act now, act clearly, and keep returning to small practical moves that add up to unbreakable safety.